Yes.
Yeah! We're live. Get that question between my toes. I'm just playing. What's going on, guys? Welcome to another video. Me and Madam B are at it again, and in this video, we're gonna be doing our MademB and Narik reviews.
Yay.
So, Madam B, do you mind dropping it? Let our viewers know what we're gonna be reviewing.
You want me to drop it? How low? Anyway.
Well, guys, let's see y'all. Catch y'all later.
Anyway, we are going to be discussing the video game, I wouldn't say of the century, but Injustice 2. Of course, it was followed by Injustice Gods Among Us.
That's preceded by.
Yes, I'm sorry. Preceded by. It takes place 4 years after Superman's defeat, and they're trying to actually put stuff back together, piece the world back together, and tell Superman it's gonna be all right. And Superman just don't want to listen. Superman want to fight.
Yeah.
Superman don't like nobody.
Yeah,
Anyway, let's get
this game takes place
let's get
after
down to it. Since
the story takes place after the events of Injustice Gods Among Us, in which at this point Superman has been imprisoned. Batman and insurgency are trying to rebuild everything, like Madam B said. Of course, Superman's subordinates, some are still on the loose, but everything goes to hell when a new threat comes to Earth in the form of Brainiac. So now they have a moral dilemma to where Brainiac is such a threat. Should Batman release Superman to help him take him out? And that's just the story. Now let's get on into it. Now, as far as the campaign, story-wise, as well as the length of it, do you think it was a good story?
Sorry. Yes, I did think it was a good story. How it happened in the Brainiac situation, and knowing when, in the last one, some were bad. They went over to the good side, or they wanted to actual help because this is a huge threat on Earth.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it took a lot of trust for them to actually, okay, maybe they really do want to help. So I was kind of wondering that way with Superman too. As I was playing, like, he just had this kind of thing about him. His face is just like, I help a little bit, but I'm still gonna kill you. So that's what I was feeling like. He was in the handcuffs and he was in there, and he was looking at all this stuff going down, and he just looking like, yeah, they finna come get me.
I think it's actually a really good story, and I think it has more of an emotional weight to it than in the previous game.
Mm-hmm.
Especially concerning some of the characters that we have. Like, you have Black Canary and Green Arrow, and of course they're a couple.
Mm-hmm.
You have fan favorites such as Harley Quinn, and you see that she has undergone a really strong character development. She's gone from bad guy to good guy. Mm-hmm. And you can see a lot of it does have, and the story does explore it a little bit about the influences that made her bad, which is mostly the Joker. And then you do see more exposition on the what was going on behind this. Well, what was going on in preceding events of Injustice 2, mm-hmm. Where you see Superman. You see more of the direct result of what the Joker did to him.
Yeah.
That shift where Superman is bad now. Cyborg joins with him. Wonder Woman joins with him. Mm-hmm. I think Cyborg joined with him. Damian Wayne joins with him, and to some extent you do see. And I will say this: the game does a great job of exploring both sides of the conflict.
Yeah.
Why is it good for Superman to But why is it good for Batman's reign of justice to be there as well as Superman's reign of justice? Mm-hmm. And I like that it does conflict over the course of the game and over the story. You also get some really good moments between these characters. Some moments where they're enemies, some moments where they're rivals, and very few moments when they're friends. And when you see those friendly moments, they make the bigger moments feel just they make them very distant. Mm-hmm. Because this is the moment that a lot of DC fans have come to know Batman and Superman being friends and partners.
Yeah.
In the Injustice storyline, they're not. They're bitter enemies. Mm-hmm. And you see that there is, despite those great moments, that there's still a great bit of tension there.
Like when, after fighting alongside Batman, Damian went to the other side. Like, I think Batman had conflicting views about that. Like, like what made him want to join Superman? Was it because of the regime, or was it he was just tired of being...
See, Damian Wayne is kind of like the black sheep of the Robins. Mm. The other one, I think Jason Todd was the one that became the Red Hood, because he was kind of like this too. Mm-hmm. He was brutal. Damian Wayne is brutal. Like, he would kill with no problem.
Yeah. And
he's seen that, you can see that tension there is that Batman keeps putting up with people and fighting and stuff.
Yeah.
And, my thing came on.
Yeah, like he told him, he said, you say you'll do this, but you won't do that.
You'll give a guy, you'll beat the guy into a concussion, but you won't kill him.
Yeah.
So I'm like, like moments like that. And then, like I said, Injustice 2 does a better job of actually exploring that aspect of which one makes more sense. Right. Yes, it's good to give people a fair trial and justice and stuff, but there are also certain people in certain times where, like, a trial, there's like no need for it. Right. Just got to get rid of that person.
Just get rid of him, kill him.
Yeah. So I really enjoy that. Also, we get a strong story with Supergirl, who actually is an essential part of the story because she gets into that conflict.
Yeah.
She becomes the middleman. Much like when I was listening to the Captain America Civil War story, one side was Captain America, one side was Iron Man. Mm-hmm. The person that shifted the balance was Spider-Man, because he ended up getting caught in the middle. Yes, at one point he was Iron Man, but he ended up getting on Captain America's side. So Superman, with Supergirl, she ends up falling under that same thing. So, and I did like her character. I did like her character. And okay then. And like I said, as far as the story, it was a really good story. It was a really good story. And as far as the characters are concerned, did you have any issues with the characters?
Well, no, not right off. Saw the difference between Harley Quinn when she was on Batman's side, and then she a little bit of a turn, still sort of at the beginning. Wonder Woman. She was, and Supergirl was in
Black Adam's place.
Yeah, so that was why she didn't get any older, right?
Supergirl? No, Supergirl didn't get any older because
she went somewhere while Superman stayed on Earth. Because remember at the beginning, they were in the ship together.
No, I thought she was trapped. She was trapped somewhere.
Oh, so she's fine.
I think it does follow kind of like the story of.
I thought they were both in the ship.
No, they weren't. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Let me see. Yes. Continue talking. I'm sorry.
Yes. Anyway, I was wondering about Wonder Woman's role. It's like she wants to help Superman. Is it because she believes in what he's doing, or is it something like deeper involved, like feelings, or she's just doing that to... That's what I was wondering, because some of the stuff she was doing was just...
I don't remember for some reason. I keep thinking it's the Supergirl thing, where Superman got sent off first, then Supergirl got sent off, but she got knocked off course and was and.
Well, then
I'm getting my mythologies messed up. But we do know that she did escape while Brainiac was attacking. I don't know if it was actually that was Krypton. Yeah, that was Krypton. Yeah, that was Krypton. So we do know that she was. Yeah, we messing this up, but I don't care.
But yeah, as I was saying about Wonder Woman's character, I just did have a little problem with her and the way she saw things. Did she actually agree with Superman, or
yeah, they were lovers and everything?
That's what I meant. Did she actually agree in what he was doing, not because of the lovers?
No, she was actually one of the driving forces behind them.
Okay.
That was making them do it.
Okay.
Because you got to realize she's an Amazon, and they don't. Kind of like in the Flashpoint paradox, her character's ruthless, just like that. Like she'll kill, no problem, and she's like a villain almost in that.
Okay.
She's kind of like that in this too, but she is kind of, I don't want to say manipulating, but she is kind of pushing them to be. Because there's one part in Justice Gods Among Us where he's seemingly doubting himself about what he's doing.
Yeah, she walks up to him and that's
yeah.
She, you know.
So there's that.
Okay.
I have an issue with some of the characters.
Okay.
Joker did not need to be in the game.
Not.
Whatever fan service they were trying to do, no. Didn't like Atrocious in the game. I'm sorry.
Atrocious.
Whatever, because he didn't do anything for the story. Dr. Fate, I'm on a mixed bag. I'm on a mixed bag.
He came out as like to warn them, and then it's like he just.
That's it. Swamp Thing's another character. He was in that one part. That was it.
Yeah, with the green, it's like I control the green.
Okay. Now when Brainiac's forces was attacking, and then he showed up, that gave him a bit more purpose.
Okay.
Even with some of the villains that they have, like the Society, Gorilla Grodd, Captain Cold, Bane. I'm like, yeah, some cool villains, but there are better villains out there.
Yeah, I didn't think I didn't get much from Captain Cold. I thought Gorilla Grodd had like another thing going on, but with Superman, so that was why they had him in.
Gorilla Grodd was part of that group that Brainiac was using on Earth.
Okay.
He was pushing this society of supervillains. But Gorilla Grodd, honestly, he's an interesting like some parts of the story I don't really like, because it's like, okay, they went to the city to apprehend Gorilla Grodd, but it makes sense to go to that city to apprehend him and stop him from doing something which he wasn't really doing anything. They were just going there to beat him up.
Okay, yeah.
So I'm like, okay, you could do a bit more. Now some aspects, which we'll just jump on ahead and go to the there are some characters that are so. Firestorm could deal without. Blue Beetle was cool.
Blue Beetle.
Yeah. I still do not like the thing where you have to pay for these downloadable characters instead of unlocking them. I still hate that.
Okay.
It should at least give you the option to unlock them through gameplay. Dado Samo characters. I bought Starfire. I like Starfire. I bought the TMNT Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Check out the video I made on that. I want Darkseid. I do want Red Hood, and it was one other character, but I don't know who. But I'm probably never going to get them.
Enchantress?
Nah, not really. Maybe, possibly Black Manta.
Okay.
But outside of that, maybe Hellboy too. Maybe Hellboy. I like Hellboy. But outside of them four, that's about it. Some aspects of the gameplay that I did like was the whole, when there are certain fights came up, you could choose who you would fight with.
Yeah.
I did like that. Now, one thing I will say I didn't like about this game is the Injustice Gods Among Us had was those mini games incorporated into the story. Remember there was one fight between Black Adam and I think Superman, where Black Adam was throwing cars and you had to shoot him. Or maybe that wasn't Superman, but it was somebody. Or maybe it was Green Lantern.
Okay.
Or remember you were playing as Nightwing, I believe. No, not Nightwing. You was playing as, I believe, Green Arrow, and Nightwing would try to run at you. No, it was either or the Joker. It was either Joker or Green Arrow. Mm-hmm. Character was trying to run at you, and you had to hit him so many times and then knock him back, and then they'd get back up and run back at you again, and you do it again, you knock him back.
Yeah, Joker had that with his cards.
Yes. Like they didn't have any of those in this game, and I wish they really would have. Because that did help diversify the gameplay a lot.
But the characters very better looking than in the other one.
Yes, visually this is one of the best fighting games I have seen.
Yes.
NetherRealm Studios did a fantastic job with this game. Fantastic jobs, especially concerning not only just the cinematic sequences, especially with the facial features and everything.
Yeah.
Fantastic. The active backgrounds during the battles look great.
Mm-hmm.
Your characters are actually customizable in this game, yes, which is always 2 thumbs up. Mm-hmm. And the way it's actually incorporated into like the intros and outros and stuff like that is done really well. I will say the same. I don't like the fact. Now I will say this: on the upside, the intros are great because almost every character is interactive with another character.
Right.
So that's always 2 thumbs up.
Even the new downloadable characters like the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, they have their own thing. And
even characters you wouldn't think really had dialogue like that, all of them have it.
Yeah.
There are very few moments where you might hear something recycled. Very few.
Yes.
So that's always a plus. I do not like the fact that the special attacks and the outros are the same.
Yes.
That was a problem. They could have did something to diversify that. You get to unlock costumes and color schemes. The problem with that is the loot crate system. It's too random. I don't like that. If I play with Cheetah, let me get Cheetah stuff. Makes sense. I want to like all these other character stuff that I'm not playing with. It's dumb. Mm-hmm. And we was talking about the source crystals. Source crystals are. I don't understand. They like. I will say this. This is one dick move they did do. In order for you to unlock certain costumes and certain character skins, which they should have had more, that's pathetic that they didn't. Mm-hmm. But you have to have so many source crystals, but they're incredibly difficult to get.
Yeah, I think I still have the same amount that I started with.
Yes.
Because it I don't see it going up. Now my credits is up there, and mm-hmm. My little other, I forgot what they're called. Even I get the
regen tokens.
The regen, yeah, I get some of those, but the source crystals, I'm like, oh, I still got that.
Like the source crystals, you get maybe 200 per level, and I'm on like 43. But I'm like, but it depends, because I think you get like 100 per level at first. Then when you get to a certain, it goes another 50. Then a certain. It's like, no, that does not make any sense. And you might get 200 here and there from the loot boxes and the multiverse thing, which the multiverse is okay. It's okay. Problem with that is just really repetitive. Again, it goes back to we're talking about the mini games from the other one. That makes more sense to actually have the mini games.
It's a lot of multiverses because like they expire and then new ones pop up. So, okay, what do you mean by the repetitive? Like
they're all technically you're just fighting.
Okay, yeah, okay.
All it is you're fighting. Some they throw in certain challenges to help diversify the combat, and if you get those challenges, you get certain loot boxes.
Have you played on a multiverse? Like, have you got to an end of one? I don't think I have. It's like, okay, you know, like on a certain multiverse, it has you have to catch Cheetah and return her to the after you play all the levels of that multiverse. Is there actual scene where you do that?
I don't think so.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to know because I ain't got to an end of one yet, but I did want to know that.
I know that was kind of a problem. Like, no, I'll bring back the mini games.
Yeah, it only does that with the battle simulator. Yeah. Like, what happens if, like, I did when Blue Beetle beat Brainiac, and it was okay. I didn't like some of them. I did Supergirl, of course,
and there are a ton of unlockables. Like,
yeah,
it's stupid how many unlockables you get for this game. I give them that. And one of the best aspects of the gameplay is the AI.
Yes.
You can actually train up your own AI. Like, it gives you 5 slots to customize your characters. So you can have one that concentrates on speed, one defense, one strength, or just 5 different customizations. Mm-hmm. Then you have 2 more for AI. So just in case you want to let somebody challenge your AI, or you challenge theirs, or you can have your AIs challenge each other. And the best aspect of the AI thing is all you got to do is just hit that play and let them fight themselves.
Right, and you can level up like that too.
The best way to level up.
And you unlock loot boxes, or I call them mother boxes.
The only issue I got with that is you have to be there after they hit the match, so you can press the green button instead of it automatically doing it. Yeah. But outside of that, like, the game just does offer a lot in terms of replayability, and most of it does have to do with the multiverse, as well as the character customization and unlocking all of this great content for the characters. Now, admittedly, most of the customizations are very light parts and stuff, so it's not gonna, like, you get a total overhaul.
Right.
But they're still good enough with all the various pieces and designs, as well as the different color schemes. So there's like almost an infinite amount of different possibilities. In fact, it is infinite with all the different pieces and stuff. But each one does have a significant stat to it. Some even having special effects.
We didn't discuss this because we got off the thing. But did you like the end of the campaign after what happened with Brainiac?
I did like that there was 2 stories.
Yeah.
I did like that. What happens if Batman beats him? What happens if Superman beats him? Mm-hmm. I did like that. And I think that I hope that again opens up room for another potential threat. Mm-hmm. Even though for some reason when we thought of potential threats, we thought the next game would be Darkseid, yeah. But not Brainiac. But actually, I would say Brainiac. This is one of the best incarnations of Brainiac I've ever seen. The design looked really good. Mm-hmm. He was badass. He was charismatic. He had a lot of personality, and he was very philosophical. Like, he was very intelligent about the stuff that he was saying, and I liked that. Great, especially with the tentacles out his back. That was like awesome. But is there anything else you'd like to say? And by the way, soundtrack, voice performances, sound design, top notch.
Good. That's it.
Okay. Well, I ain't the one to jump on one last thing. I'm not the one to jump online because they kick my ass, and I'm tired of getting my ass kicked. So. But there's a lot more to this game that we discussed. Yeah. But for any of those who haven't tried Injustice 2 and you like fighting games or DC games, check it out. Just as great as Injustice Gods Among Us, and it's just as great as the Mortal Kombat games. NetherRealm Studios has been cranking them out and doing a great job these past few years. So without further ado, guys, in the comment section below, let us know what your thoughts are on Injustice 2. Who are your favorite characters? What characters would you like to see in the game? What aspects of the game do you like? And what aspects of the game that they could have done a bit better? Also, be sure to let us know. What was that? I already said that, sorry. Be sure to hit that like, share, subscribe, and that notification button. And guys, remember to join us on Tuesdays and Thursdays for more videos, because we will be getting on this, and we definitely catch you guys later. MademB and Narik signing out.